All right, guys, this is the Genius, and today I'm going to review the book Rapid Escalation by Liam McRae. And I think I should start off by saying that I give this book 4 stars out of 5. It actually is a pretty good book. Um, I guess we'll just jump right into the review, and then I'll have some announcements afterwards. But basically, Rapid Escalation by Liam McRae is a book that is just, I would say, a collection of short stories. And basically, these short stories are reports of different interactions he's had with different women that he's managed to pick up and in various places in various situations. And basically, he's able to uh, escalate on these women very rapidly to the point where he pretty much can do whatever he wants. And the purpose of the book is to show guys how they too can basically skip a lot of the pickup and dating advice and routines and so on and so forth, and kind of cut to the chase by using rapid escalation and basically get the results that you're looking for. So uh, this book is different from a lot of other ebook products or books in general um, that teach pickup or seduction. Basically, because again, it's a collection of short stories. And when you read the stories, you have to kind of interpret for yourself what it is that you can apply from that story in your own game. So it's not like a step-by-step guide where you more or less are told to do these certain routines or do these certain tactics and then expect this certain result or this particular reaction. It's not a book like that. It's basically, again, short stories that you can read that are easy to read, and you gather your own interpretation from the stories, and then you kind of figure out how to apply uh, the methods he's using in those interactions within your own game. So now he does have what I would say footnote bonus videos. At the end of each chapter, he has a link that you can go to, and he has a video, online video that you can actually watch, and he'll kind of go into depth a little bit more about the interaction, and then he'll kind of explain to you what he was thinking at the time and what his suggestions are as to how you can get a similar result. So the videos are pretty good. Again, you can't confuse these videos or the book itself as a step-by-step guide, because that's not the purpose of the book. The book kind of challenges you to observe what he's doing, and then you apply it for yourself. Again, the book is easy to read. I found it when I had the time. I've been very busy off and on a lot, but when I did sit myself down and actually read one chapter or two chapters at a time, it actually was pretty much a page turner. In other words, he would tell you right off the beginning of each chapter what pretty much is going to happen, and then he'll go into the detail, which is kind of what someone learning game would expect, especially to know, okay, this is what the outcome is going to be. So now I'm interested in how did he get it? How was he able to achieve that particular result or that outcome? So the book kind of keeps you engaged into how he was able to do these various things and these various interactions. Now, there's one story that particularly stood out. As a matter of fact, the story that he has 3 chapters on is about this one particular girl that he calls a Persian goddess, and I see why he um, really highlighted this story, because this particular woman, out of all of the other women he had interactions with, probably taught him the most lessons as when it comes to rapid escalation and interacting with women in general. And um, it's kind of interesting because I had a similar story with a Persian girl. And I remember when this is a few years ago, I remember I was trying to game her, and it it went pretty good for a while, and then um, it was just you. At the end, she beat me at the game because um, the way, I guess I want to say it's the culture, and it's a tribute to their culture if it's true that the way this girl was emotionally indifferent was really better than a man could ever be, or maybe I shouldn't say a man could ever be, but better than most men could ever be, because um, at the end of the interaction, uh, in this particular chapter that Liam McRae goes into, and in my case as well, uh, the girl just basically beat him at his own game, and where he thought that he was more indifferent than she was, he kind of figures out that he's not, and that he actually was catching himself chasing her. And again, I don't know, because I've had a lot of experiences with a lot of different women, and I have had many of them try to be more indifferent than I have, but I've always managed to be more indifferent than most of the women that I've been with. And this particular Persian girl, like the one in his book, uh, managed to be more indifferent. So very interesting chapter. Actually, again, there's 3 chapters just on this particular girl, and I think that particular story in of itself is worth buying the book, because when you read it, you'll be able to test yourself to see just how indifferent you are, and be able to compare yourself within this story. So another lesson I learned in that story, and in my own experience, is the fact that you can set boundaries. As far as you, in a relationship, you can tell a girl, this is how this is going to go, and this is where I draw the line, or this is where I put my foot down. And a lot of guys, or at least what I've made the mistake of thinking, was that you set these boundaries thinking that, like a tactic, that would guarantee a particular result. In other words, respect from the girl. And you realize, especially after a particular girl that you really kind of got into, you'll realize that there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee that if you put your foot down and you tell a girl this is the boundaries and this is the way it's going to go, there's no guarantee that she's going to respect you and do what you say. I mean, she has free will just like anybody else, and she could just say fine, pretend, maybe even pretend like she's going to respect those boundaries, but then go right back to her bad behavior or whatever it is that you don't like that she's doing. And then you have a choice. You have a choice to either let her get away with it and be indifferent towards that behavior, or you can say, well, you crossed the line, and so therefore you're done. So it's one of those decisions as a man that, again, us as men, we, especially masculine behavior, wants to have respect from a girl. And we do things that are correct and proper and appropriate to get that respect. But what we sometimes forget is that there's no guarantee that the girl will still give us that respect. And we have to respect that. We have to accept it, at least that's what I found. So, and just move on to the next girl. So anyways, very, very important story, I think, is in this book that you would definitely want to check out and read. Now, at the end of the book, he's got a compilation of failures and blowouts, and I think this was a good addition to the book, because if you read the book, you would think that this guy has found the magic secret to basically get any girl that he wants and be able to do whatever he wants at any time that he wants to. And you need this part of the book to show you that he's not all powerful, or he's not invulnerable to blowouts and failures and so on and so forth. And basically he explains why most of these failures and blowouts happened before he learned rapid escalation. But he explains why most of these blowouts happen simply because there was no intent. There was a lack of intent in the interaction, and because the interaction was unable to follow through to the results that he wanted. So I think after reading those blowouts and those failures in this book, you can compare them in your own experience and see how the lack of intent matches your experience when you've had a blowout. Because a lot of the times, us as guys, we think we should play it safe, or we think that the girl doesn't want our advances, and then we fail. So I think this was a good section of the book to add at the end. And he also talks about how guys feel like this rapid escalation would make them creepy around girls. And he emphasizes the fact that we can't worry about that. We can't worry about what other people or what other girls think of us. If we want something, we go get it. And if we are not going for it, then we really didn't want it in the first place. So that means we don't care what other people think if we want something. If they like the fact that we're going to go for this particular thing, great. If they don't, oh well. We still go for what we want. And I think that was very well brought out in this book. And he also, at the end, emphasizes again the philosophy of social freedom. That's kind of his term he coined before he even wrote this book, where he talks about again this idea that a man should be able to do whatever he feels like doing at any given time. And most of the reasons why people are unhappy where they're at and what they're doing is because they're not really going for what they want. They're really not going for what they desire, for what they intend to do. And that makes, especially a man who's focused on getting what he wants, that makes a man very unhappy and disappointed and frustrated. And so he talks about how this philosophy of social freedom, especially interacting with women, how it's important to just feel that you have permission to socially interact with a woman as you feel, as you want to, as long as it's not disrespecting or hurting the other person, then you are fine when it comes to showing your intent. If you see a girl at a bus stop and you want to go talk to her, then you should feel socially free to do so. If you're in a club and there's a particular girl that you want to holler at, then there should be nothing there stopping you to do so. And that only comes from a mindset that he talks about in this book of being socially free. Not so much freedom from outcome, although he, I'm sure, believes in that as well, but he's emphasizing the fact that a person with with the philosophy of social freedom is just a person who doesn't ask permission within his own mind or from anybody else to do what he wants to do. And that's gives you a certain power that enables you to go for what you want. So I like that philosophy that he talks about in this book. So again, I give this book 4 stars out of 5, and I think it's a very good book. It wasn't that expensive. I think I paid something like close to $30 or something for the book because I got the paperback version. I'm not sure if there's an audio version for it not yet, but I bought it off Amazon.com, and I suggest anybody who's doesn't want to learn more routines or more tactics to actually pick up a copy of this book and see what they can do with it. I've already used some of this information while I was in Miami, and it worked out pretty good. So I'm going to take from what I learned in this book and incorporate it in my own game, and I think guys will really enjoy it. So now for some announcements. I have been telling you about this new product that I'm still working on. I'm going to go more into detail about that sometime in the near future, but I also have 2 websites that I've been working on. One is pretty much you can start to see it pretty well established as far as there's already articles and videos on the website, and the title of the website is called www.rexphallus.com. And basically, this website is tailored for all of the YouTube videos from the various pickup artists and seduction teachers and anybody in the pickup community that put video content on YouTube or online in general. You can go to this website and be able to see the ones at least that I picked out that I think are the most popular and the ones that guys will be more interested in, and then also see various articles written about these pickup artists, and basically show their videos as well if they do have any videos online. So I think that's a good resource for guys who want to keep up on what's going on in the pickup community. And again, it's called www.rexphallus.com, and I'll have it somewhere titled in this video, but check that website out. And then the second website that I have that I'm working on is not as finished as the Rex Phallus, but the other website is called seductionnews.com, or SNN for short. And basically this website is going to be the CNN of pickup. So it'll have articles, news, breaking news, basically anything, any information, any news related to the pickup community is going to be on this website. And as well, sometime in the future, it's going to have streaming video where you can watch nothing but continuous 24/7 content online, whether it's videos that I produce or videos that other people, other guys in the community have produced. And basically this website will kind of be like your cable channel for just pickup, and also a news website just for pickup. So check that out and keep checking into that website, because as these websites are going to be more and more built up, you're going to find yourself going to them as if you were going to a news website. So again, that's www.seductionnewsnetwork.com. And the other website is www.rexphallus.com. So be on the lookout for those. You can actually go to them now and see some content up already. So that's all I have for today in this review of Liam McRae's book, Rapid Escalation. And I will be reviewing a book from someone who emphasizes seduction in the community, by Zan Perion. He's got a book called, I believe it's called Alabaster Girl. So I'm going to be reading that. And then if I don't review that one first, it'll probably be another product that I'm thinking about purchasing and checking out. I understand that Steve Jobba has got a new product out, some kind of online video product, and I want to check that out because he's got some infill video footage that looks, he's been putting out for a few years now. That is pretty interesting. So I'm trying to review products first of the guys in the community that have infill video footage that proves or demonstrates their ability to pick up women, because there's no reason to just review products from guys who just do the talking. I've kind of done that with Tower Badass, and not many people were uh, interested in that review because he's just more or less an internet marketer. I'm not trying to talk bad about him, but what my focus is going to be on are guys like from RSD, um, guys like from Justin Wayne Dating, guys like Liam McRae from Natural Instincts, and these these guys in the community have proven themselves with infield video footage of them in action, taking action, and that's what my overall website is about, actiontakers.com, because we've got just too much talk in the community, and talk is beautiful. I love talk, but we've got to get the proof on video, and that's what gives you the credibility in the community, especially if you're going to be putting out products and teaching guys how to pick up chicks. So anyway, that's all I have for this evening, and I'm going to be going out here in a little bit and going to try to make a video for you guys this week in my journey in game. But until then, keep studying game, keep taking action, and and just keep taking action.